Hey guys, since it is a festive time of year, I have yet another video I'm releasing this week, and I wanted to show you guys some of the polymer clay pots that I create for some of my succulents. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with what polymer clay is. It is a clay that they sell in craft stores and online and all over the place that you bake in the oven, and it starts out like a clay. You bake it, it gets hard, and it turns into like a plastic. So what I was doing was creating these pots. I also sell them in my shop on Etsy, and then I just put a little bit of moss, a little sphagnum moss in there, because it's the neatest way to present these guys and to ship them. If there were soil, it would be everywhere. But yeah, I put some sphagnum moss in there, put a cutting of a succulent of my choice, and it roots into the moss, and then you just water it as you would any other succulent. It has a little drainage hole on the bottom, and I mix the colors, I do different designs, and they're just really, really cool. And everybody always stops by and says, "What is that? Where'd you get that?" So so look at these guys. This is some type of an echeveria. I'm not really sure what it was. It wasn't named. This is a sempervivum, and this clay is it's to emulate a stone, to give it like a stone look. And they do really, and the great thing about the moss is it doesn't fall out, and neither does the plant. Here's another sempervivum. These are young. This is the spiderweb sempervivum. This one is a cool pot. I just kind of like experiment with the shapes and the colors and the sizes. I like to keep them small though, because there's something really cool and cute about these little tiny pots with these little tiny succulents growing in them. And I like succulents that don't grow necessarily too quickly, so they kind of stay small for the small little pot. This is a Gasteria, and it instead of using moss, I'm using acrylic yarn to match the color of the pot. It's been doing great in here. Look at how pretty the swirls are. And I signed the bottom. Somebody told me to sign them, so I started signing them. This one is a sedum, a type of sedum. I think it's an Adolphi type, maybe shooting star. I'm not really sure. But and the pots are not perfect, and I like that, because you know, you could buy perfect pots in the store. These are handmade, hand molded, so they're unique. Each one is different. They don't necessarily have perfect ledges and edges, and I kind of like that. There's something kind of charming about that. This is a type of Haworthia that I have in this one. Really cool. And another Haworthia. They're starting to get smaller. You notice these little pots? Look at how cool. This one was kind of dormant for a while because I had forgotten to water it. Once I started regularly watering it, it started plumping up, and now it's got a little pup there on the side. It's just really cool. These are so easy to maintain, especially Haworthia, because they don't like full sun. So, you know, this is an aloe type, an aloe hybrid. This one needs to be watered. It's crunchy. But again, even when it's dry, it doesn't come out of the pot. Really kind of cool looking. I love these little guys. They're so cool. This one here is another type of Haworthia. And yeah, if you can get your hands on some of that clay, they have different companies that make it, but there are so many things you can do with them. So many different shapes, sizes, designs. I love it. I just think it's fantastic. This one was recently put in here because it was a cutting that hadn't rooted in water. So I said, let me just stick it in here, and I'm sure it'll root up. So this is a Graptosedum or Cedaveria. I think it's Graptosedum. It is doing really well so far. I like the colors on this. Almost looks like an agate stone. Really, really cool looking. Drainage hole. And the last one, which is so cool, it almost looks like a wine glass, like a chalice. Again, I was just experimenting, having fun. But this one is pupping like crazy. It's got a new pup coming up here. And there's 2 additional pups next to the parent, which is right there, the big one. Look at that. So cool. Love these guys. So yeah, if you're interested in any of these, just let me know, because I have the pots up in the shop, but of course I probably will be adding these plants at some point, unless I want to keep them for myself because I can't stop looking at them. But yeah, it's so easy. They're so easy to make, and they make great gifts, cute little gifts. These do well, especially the Haworthias, I would say, do well on like desks at work because they don't need a lot of direct light. And they may not grow as fast, but they get sunburned very easily. So something like this has not been in bright light at all for a long time. And now that I'm watering it, it's starting to grow. But yeah, I definitely recommend just experimenting with the clay, and it makes you feel like a kid again, you know, when you play with Play-Doh, or, you know, whatever your country had that was like Play-Doh as a child, something you mold with like clay. That's what it's like. And it gets those creative juices flowing, which I love. And it just makes time go by quickly and pleasurably. So I recommend it. And if you have any questions about anything that I've shown you here, how I do certain things, how I roll the clay, or anything at all, just let me know. We can discuss. But yeah, anything at all, just reach out. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified anytime I post a video. And I will see you in the next video.